Welcome back to SPX The Diplomacy Files. I'm thrilled to have you join US today as we dive into one of the most fascinating and controversial topics in global history, the remarkable influence of the Jewish people. This is a story of perseverance, intellect, and, for some, controversy, a story of how a small and scattered community came to wield extraordinary influence, especially within the United States. In recent years, the rapid growth of social media has allowed secrets once buried deep to surface, sparking conversations that challenge long-held assumptions. Among these revelations is a theory posited by some experts that there exists, within the United States, a covert Jewish state, whether fact or fiction. This idea underscores the undeniable impact of the Jewish community in American society and, indeed, on its government, economy, and culture. A journey through history. To truly understand this narrative, we must first turn back the clock and trace the extraordinary journey of the Jewish people. Historically, they've endured a staggering 2,000 years of diaspora and persecution, only to rise again as one of the most influential communities in the modern era. Our story begins in the 19th century, during what was arguably one of the darkest periods in Jewish history. At the time, Europe was a hotbed of anti-Semitism. In Tsarist Russia, for instance, the Jewish community faced systemic discrimination. By 1897, approximately 5 million Jews lived within the Russian Empire, comprising about 5% of the population. Despite this, their presence was met with hostility. Under Tsar Alexander III, Jews were offered a grim ultimatum: convert to the Russian Orthodox Church or face death. This era gave rise to the term pogrom, a Russian word meaning to destroy, which encapsulates the horrors inflicted upon Jewish communities. Property was seized, homes were burned, and countless lives were lost. The situation wasn't confined to Russia. Across Europe, Jews faced similar fates, leading to mass immigration. For many, America, the New World, offered hope and refuge, building a foundation in America. By the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Jewish immigrants began arriving in the United States in large numbers, fleeing persecution and economic hardship in Eastern Europe. They brought with them not just hope but also a fierce determination to rebuild their lives. Initially, the newcomers struggled, but their resilience shone through. They formed tight-knit communities, often centered around synagogues, which became hubs for social, economic, and spiritual support. These early efforts laid the groundwork for what would become an extraordinary ascent. Though they made up a mere fraction of the US population, just over 2% today, the Jewish community has consistently punched above its weight in almost every sector of society. The keys to success. What makes the Jewish community so extraordinary? For one, their emphasis on education is unparalleled. The belief that knowledge is the only possession that cannot be taken has driven generations of Jews to excel in academia, business, and beyond. Consider Israel, a country founded in 1948 with no natural resources to speak of. Today, it stands as a beacon of technological and economic innovation. The same drive has propelled Jewish communities abroad, particularly in the US. In business, their acumen is legendary. Early Jewish entrepreneurs in America played pivotal roles in finance, from fur trading during colonial times to the establishment of major banks. One standout figure is Haim Salomon, a financier who supported the American Revolution and helped lay the foundations of the country's financial system. Fast forward to today, and the Jewish community's impact on the US economy is nothing short of monumental. Institutions like Goldman Sachs and BlackRock owe their origins, in part, to Jewish leadership. Figures like George Soros and Sheldon Adelson have become household names, not just for their wealth but for their influence on politics and philanthropy. A seat at the political table. When it comes to politics, the Jewish influence in the US is equally impressive. Despite being a minority, Jewish Americans have consistently held key roles in government. Under President Joe Biden's administration, several high-ranking officials, including Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Attorney General Merrick Garland, are of Jewish descent. The community's influence isn't limited to individuals. Organizations like the American Israel Public Affairs Committee (AIPAC) have become powerful lobbying groups, shaping U.S. foreign policy in favor of Israel. A notable example, former President Donald Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital in 2017, a decision celebrated by some and condemned by others. This move, supported by influential Jewish donors and lobbyists, exemplifies the community's ability to shape global politics. Cultural dominance. Beyond politics and economics, community faced systemic discrimination. By 1897, approximately 5 million Jews lived within the Russian Empire, comprising about 5% of the population. Jewish Americans have left an indelible mark on American culture. Hollywood, for instance, owes much of its success to Jewish founders and filmmakers. Iconic studios like Warner Brothers, Universal, and Paramount were established by Jewish immigrants, turning Hollywood into the entertainment capital of the world. In journalism and media, Jewish Americans hold key positions at major outlets, like the New York Times and CNN, further amplifying their influence. Lessons from history. While their success is undeniable, it's essential to approach this topic with nuance. History has shown that when minorities excel, they often become targets of resentment. The Jewish experience is a testament to this. From the pogroms of Tsarist Russia to the horrors of the Holocaust, they've endured unimaginable suffering. Their story serves as a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of education, community, and perseverance. Conclusion. The Jewish journey, particularly in the United States, is a tale of triumph over adversity. From humble beginnings as persecuted immigrants to becoming a community of immense influence, their story is one of resilience, brilliance, and determination. As we reflect on this narrative, it's crucial to approach it with both admiration and critical thought. The contributions of the Jewish people have shaped not just America, but the world, offering lessons in perseverance and the power of unity. Thank you for joining us on SPX The Diplomacy Files. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into history's most compelling stories. Until next time, take care and keep questioning the world around you.